So this video is basically, you gotta be you, like, without consequences. And so I wrote down, I was thinking, like, what do I mean by that when I say you gotta be you without consequences? It's basically like, if I think about my school, right, it's like I had this resentment from my, like, school when I first started because I never really wanted to go there. And so we had to wear uniform, all the other schools didn't have to wear uniform and everything, and I just basically always hated my school. So I always wanted to transfer out. So, I always had, like, there were differences between, like, how smart you were. You were A plus, A minus, A plus, A minus, or, like, B plus. And, like, the smart kids were just A plus and A, right? So I was always an A kid. A plus and A, but, like, mostly A's, not really too many A pluses, right? But then I learned, like, because I was just so into myself that I was just, like, forget everything else. And I learned over time went on, I'm like, oh, I gotta, like, branch out and be a little more social. And I guess because I had, like, a lot of school resentment and everything, I tried to be social and whatever, and, like, social just never got me far. Like, and then they always bullied the smart kids, so I just started dropping my grades and everything. So this resentment soon, like, turned into the whole school, like, going into, the high school, going into high school. I'm just like, I don't really, it's like, yes and no, I don't know. And then, like, senior year came along, and that's when you really see, I don't want to say you really see who's there for you, who's not there for you, because that's a whole process. You're all still in the same school together. So it's around the end of the year you begin to, like, branch off, and, like, when you graduate. So when I was thinking of colleges, I didn't really have too many top colleges. I just had, like, 3 colleges. It was, my first choice was always Penn State, then it was Columbia, and then it was, UPenn. And I didn't really know how the college system worked. I just knew that, like, I wanted to go to college. And because, like, I brought my grades down in the other years because, like, I just tried to be more social and everything. I know that Columbia and UPenn I didn't get into, but Penn State I didn't apply because the college counselor I had told me that because it was a state school, I was gonna pay a lot of money. And I found, like, there in that moment when, like, getting denied and accepted to colleges, I just saw, it's like, in that moment I had to be myself, and I had to think about, okay, I should have applied for this school, Penn State, because I knew that I wanted to go there, and I'm like, I want, like, at least I should apply just to say see if I got in. I think I would have got in because I was told I would have got in. And I always, to this day, I have, like, a little paw print from Penn State all the way, like, up there, right there on my wall. Because, no one really knew that was my school that I want to go. And now my things on myself. But yeah, and so the message of this video is just, like, you gotta be yourself. Like, if you're getting a high grade, it's like, don't suffer your high grades because you want to be social and everything. Like, especially in high school, if you plan on going to college, because I didn't know how big or how, like, Ivy League Ivy League they call it. But, like, I know how, like, hard it was to get into schools like Columbia and UPenn, and so I was just thinking to myself, wow, I planned my life on what I wanted to be, but I didn't really plan too much of how to get there. So this is just a message to tell you guys, like, be yourself. And there are 2 songs that y'all should listen to. The first one is Love Yourz by J. Cole. And the next song is Wanna Be Cool by Donnie and the Social Experiment. So in Love Yourz, J. Cole basically says, like, you'll never be happy until you love what you have and what you have to do. So it's like, you get that message. And in Wanna Be Cool, it's just like, what they're basically saying is, being cool, you don't have to be social. Like, just because you don't get likes or you don't get retweets or anything, that doesn't mean you're not cool or anything. That doesn't mean you're unheard. And it's like, you don't have to, being cool doesn't cost a fortune, is one of the lines where he's like, just because you shop at Payless doesn't mean that you make less money, it's just that you pay less. Like, I know for my example, it's like, for school, we have to wear all black shoes, and I'm like, I always got my shoes from Payless, except one pair of shoes when my dad bought those shoes. It was Nikes or whatever. I forgot I think it was Air Force Ones. I don't know. But all my shoes for school came from Payless because I was like, I don't give a fuck about none of y'all at school. I'm not trying to impress none of y'all at school, so why should I pay anything more? People coming in with Jordans and shoes with fucking wings on the sides. Mind you, the dress code is all black. So you paid all this money for a nice pair of shoes that came in a different came in different pairs of colors, but you paid all this money for just plain black shoes just to wear to school. What were you showing off? Money? Because at the end of the day, when college comes, unless you're upper class, we're all broke when it comes to college. FAFSA's looking at us like, give me all your money, and you're handing them a crumpled up dollar. So, yeah, that's just my message. You gotta be you, and to make it in life, you gotta always be you. Just make the right decisions, be the person you are, and make sure you always try to, like, connect in ways that you can, meaning you find opportunities and take them.